Alright, so I wanted to finally get back to this pedal board and cover the things that I didn't have time to cover before, the Not Your Nails downward spiral set. So I think I've covered up to the song Closer. And of course, the show is already passed now, so it's all done. It was great. I'm really glad that I was able to do it and work out the pedal board. But let's go ahead and see how deep we can go and maybe finish this up. So for the song, what was that? Ruiner. I did not play on that song. Someone else took the guitar and the lead part for that. So I had to set them up a preset really quick. And the song Becoming didn't really require a whole lot of stuff. So I kind of made this one like a combination. So I could set it to Becoming, let him play Ruiner, and then me come back on, and everything's already set the way that I need it. So he was using the phaser, and mainly the delay. I wasn't using the delay at all during Becoming, so that was on there for him. Yeah, let me hit the signal flow again. So I'm using my Les Paul into the board, and then that is running to the plethora. From the effects loop of there, we are going to the SY200 input. From the effects loop of there, we're going to the HX stop. And then we are returning, we're using the effects loop, one of the effects loops in the HX stop, to go to the volume pedal, which then goes back to the SY200, and the output of that goes to the plethora X5, and then its output completes the loop in the HX stop. And then what you're hearing is my Head Rush FRFR 108 cab. There we go. So again, I didn't play on Ruiner or anything, but for the Becoming, I wanted a compressor so that all of my notes were very consistent. I'm playing a part that I don't think is typically done by guitar. It's that whole... I didn't need the delay on for that either. Let's see. So without it, it's kind of... It's okay, but with that compressor, I feel like it just makes the notes a little bit more even. And then the octave kind of adds a little bit more range to it. Very subtle. What did I have on the synth? Oh, just kind of a basic bass, so that's doubling up. Both of them together. So yeah, let's see, I guess in this case, the octave is hitting the SY200 too. Yeah, I can see it is kind of affecting, it's not adding a ton to it. I didn't want to go crazy. And then I was kind of adding the phaser for the last bit of the song as it's building up. Yeah, so like I said, that was one of the easier songs on there. So as far as, you know, having it set up and not needing a lot of different sounds. Let's see what we have next in the lineup. Big Man with a Gun. I think that one actually came after this other one. There was a little bit of confusion on the song I Do Not Want This. So I actually, so that I didn't mess up any of the presets that are, you know, like when this changes, it matches up to the same number preset on the SY200 and the plethora. I actually put it all the way out there at the end. So this is the I Do Not Want This one. I didn't make a SY200. Again, I made this sound, this whole board and all the effects with like a day's notice. So yeah, for the intro part, or for the first riff, I was just kind of laying down chords. It's a little 3-string thing, just with a lot of effect. Yeah, I don't think I had the SY200 really doing anything. So it's just kind of riding those back and forth. And then when I switch to that snapshot 2, you'll see that the screenshot, or excuse me, the effects loop turns off and the first amp turns off. So now I'm down to this amp and cab combination with the... So even though I didn't turn any of these off, they're completely bypassed. And then I just come right back to... There's no trail, bleed over, or anything. So again, I didn't have much time to prepare that one, but it came together pretty quick. So really just that sound and the dirty one. And the effects loop is... I guess running all of the plethora. I didn't have anything coming before the SY200 or the HX Stomp in this case. So that covers I Do Not Want This. Let's take a look at Big Man with a Gun. So this one was another one that wasn't very difficult as far as the riffs were concerned. I think I had this going on with the synth pedal, so... that kind of helps give it that ramp up sound that I'm kind of going for. And with that out, I didn't really need the compressor. I'm just kind of filling a spot. That's the same thing with the BPM thing right here. Is I, really was just looking for a use for all 5 of the slots right there. On some of these, I could have got away with an X3 if I had one, but I like the X5. So the octave isn't adding much. More like a little bit of high growl right there. Also, is that the right? I might have changed the boards a little fast. Aha, okay. See, if you dial through too many of the settings on the HX Stomp, then the plethora might get a little bit behind it. So this is the one. That makes more sense. So I've got the doubler, I've got the noise gate. I didn't need an octave for that one. Should have known better. So pretty tight gate on it. That's okay, that's kind of what I wanted. And then this phaser is just kind of for holding out the last chord. The noise gate didn't let it get too far though. That double just kind of beefs it up a little bit. With the synth, without. Yeah, that one's not too crazy either. Let's see what else. Pretty close. Yeah, and then Eraser. That was the last one. And this was one of the songs I was really looking forward to just because of all the variation that you have on it. I haven't played it in a minute, so I think it was... No, it's So I kind of started off with that, just that sound whenever it's time to come in with the string bend. That's the note. I think I started with the compressor on just to kind of help. I'm trying to remember which order I turned them on, but I kind of did that like once or twice, then I turned on the reverb for the... And that could kind of fade that in. And then I think it was the delay that I added next. And then finally, I think it was the echo. There we go. And then of course that's just for the opening there. I click on this one. It's still going through the loop. This is for the distorted part with the... Don't worry about anything on the third snapshot. Those are pretty similar. And then the last few times I was kind of fading in with the synth pedal by going... Cool, so that was Eraser. So I think that just leaves one left that I haven't covered, which is Reptile. All right, and this was a cool one. So for a couple reasons, it's not got much riff-wise that's going on, and I didn't have a lot going on with the plethora that I really needed. So I thought what I would do more so for the third riff. You'll see when I get to it. I did 2 noise gates, a noise gate compressor and then a noise gate compressor. So the first 2 are coming like right away in the signal, so octave, it's like guitar, then the octave, then the noise gate, then the compressor, then you get all the loop stuff. And then at the very end of the chain 2 is an additional noise gate and compressor to kind of push it on the back end there. So for the beginning of the song, I just need that really low sound, that really... And you see, the compressors, the way I've got them set, really add a lot of noise. That one especially. Those 2 together, but get that noise gate in there. It's not so bad. So the first riff is just open. So see how it's not an instant, but it's a very aggressive stop. And then for the next part, kind of... that out, and then I've got that whole chorus with the... And you want to be quiet for that, and then... Let's see, with the... What do I have on this? I had that sound, so together... So then during the third riff there, where it's really quiet, and I have that... There's the note, yeah, 9th fret of the B string. You see how the noise gate... It's not catching that one right away. You see how it kind of does that fade thing? We'll do it on here a little faster. So I don't want that going on, so for that part I turned the octave on, turned all the noise gates off, and then just... And then it's just gonna ring. It's just ringing. Rings longer than I actually need it to, and pretty consistent volume there. so I think that covers everything. So again, the show is now a past tense thing. The other 5 videos that I made were leading up to it. But I'm glad that I was able to cover all this stuff. I didn't want to disassemble the pedal board and get back to my regular videos without covering some of this stuff, because chances are I won't be using this stuff in this way again. So thank you guys very much for watching all the videos this far and checking things out. If you have any questions, please let me know, but I'm probably going to take the board apart after this and kind of do some more things individually with these components that I have here, kind of mixed with some of my other pedals. But thank you guys again, and I will see you soon.